How to achieve 4 years of progress in just one. I know, this sounds kind of crazy, and this is the guide for 2025 to hopefully help you to make it the best year possible. And this have a specific framework, and we're covering up 6 different steps. First of all, we talk about the specific goal. Then we talk about the power of flow, my 90-day challenges, the 1%, the get into action step, and the last one is the Notion template for implementation purposes. You can do it by yourself. It's nothing what you need to do, but I done it for myself and maybe it helps you. So starting off first is focus on one specific goal. We want to focus on one specific goal at a time, and that means for 90 days. For that is specific, I come to that a bit later, but we want to focus on one specific goal for 90 days. That is really important. Not on 2, not on 3, on 1. Because once we prioritize on one specific goal, everything aligns and we actually achieve it way easier because our brain is not getting overwhelmed. So if you can have it a specific goal, it can be a business goal, it can be a life goal, it can be a moving goal to another country, city, or whatsoever. It can also become healthier in some ways or lose weight. There's a lot of different ways what you want to achieve. That is totally up to you. It's just a framework which works perfectly for me, and my entire business is based on that. Okay, so then second of all, if we have multiple goals, we create confusion and hinder decision making in our brain because our brains tend to get overwhelmed pretty easily. Similar with like watching your phone, watching TikToks, all of the social media stuff. It is just actually too much for our brains, and our brains are still kind of primitive to some degree. So we need to focus on less to achieve more. So, and what also really helps is we need to have a better clarity. The more we have a clear mental picture in our head, the better we can focus, and the higher we are likely to achieve our goal and get into action. Coming to step number 2 is the power of flow. When we are in flow state, we are 500% more productive. So we need to take this as an advantage. And to achieve a peak flow performance, it is not like, okay, I play video games and I'm fully in flow, which we are while playing video games. But in this case, we want to focus and break it down into daily tasks and actually get into flow state while working and focusing on our goals. So for that, as I mentioned before, we want to have one specific goal. And when we have one specific goal and break it down into monthly goals to achieve our one goal, and then break it down into weekly goals, and the weekly goals are there to achieve the 1 month goal at a time, and then we also do daily tasks, we are going to be highly more likely to actually achieve our goal. So we want to achieve flow by breaking goals down into manageable steps. So first of all, we start with a 3-month goal, break it down into 3 monthly goals, then into weekly goals, and then into daily tasks or weekly tasks. It really depends how you want to break it down, but I would recommend weekly goals and tasks, and then daily tasks. And then we also have a clear plan which helps eliminate distractions and also overthinking. We don't wake up in the next day and be like, what do I need to do? Because we exactly know what we want to do, because we have a plan which is focusing on our goal. Then the next one is the 90-day challenges, which I created for my own business. And honestly, since I implemented this into my life and my business, I actually achieved more progress in the first 2 months than in the entire last year, or in the entire year until the last 2 months. How I was creating this was based on the book, The 12-Week Year. And after I read it, I actually done most of the stuff already in some ways right to have a better life. But there was one missing part, which was planning. I did not plan well and did not have a strategy to achieve my goals. After I read the book, I implemented this into my 90-day challenge. And honestly, I done more process as mentioned before, as I did an entire year. And my goal for the 3 months is make 5,000 through content creation, personal brand, or a one-person business. And I'm a business owner myself in the past. I had a startup making 300,000 a year. But that is for another story. That's not the point of the video. If you're interested to actually get more information, link is down below to my newsletter. And that's where I mostly write all of the stuff. And if you don't want to miss anything about business, about life, about problem solving, about productivity, everything is down in the newsletter. Okay, so we want to plan and reverse engineer the goal into monthly and weekly milestones, as I mentioned before. So first of all, what I did for my 90-day challenge, for my first 90-day challenge, was I want to make content creation my main income stream. So first of all, I needed to focus on content creation. I needed to get content out. So there was no other way to build like a funnel and everything as long as I don't build a content system. So first month was focusing on content creation itself only. That was the only entire goal I was focusing on. And my Notion video after the first 2 weeks received 20,000 views. And after the first week, it already got 6,000. And then here, for month number 2, I did build funnels and sales structures. I needed to improve my sales strategies in general, my newsletters, and my overall funnels. And I also needed to learn persuasive writing to create products in general. And honestly, I was not a really good writer. And I think now I'm not probably that crazy good, but compared to my progress before, it is immensely. So month number 3 is actually selling in the client project. It did change a bit during the month, because it always changes a bit because we get new ideas and inspirations. But the last month where I'm currently in is focusing solely on acquiring customers and leads and potential customers for my 90-day cohort. That is the thing. So the link is down below if you want to apply. It starts next year, 2025, on the 1st of January. And yeah, so I did, for this last month, refine my offers based on the learnings from the first 2 months. That is the cohort. Then we want to focus on the 1%, because most people, they don't focus on the 1%, they focus on 100% every single day, and then they tend to get a burnout after a couple of months. And the most significant change was the daily execution, because when we are in this daily execution, we are just focusing on our daily actions, what we need to do today and not what we need to do in a week. So otherwise we're getting overwhelmed and having way too many worries in our head. So we want to focus on one specific thing at a time. And also the challenge is more like a mission. It's like a video game, because once we know what we want to achieve in 3 months, it is kind of like a video game quest. Because this video game quest gives us clarity, because we exactly know what is our ultimate goal. Imagine you're in a video game and the quest says, go to this location and kill the boss. So you exactly know what to do. And every step until you kill the boss is the primarily purpose. And we need to have a specific quest every 3 months or every week to exactly kill the end boss. And while doing that, we actually bring a sense of purpose and extremely focus. And that's also how flow states are happening. That's also in video games, because you have an exactly clear step, a quest line, which you need to follow. You understand, and you are getting into a focus mode, and you're getting into flow state, because you exactly know where you want to go. Step number 5 is getting into action. We need to get into action. And that's how I build my entire system based on my entire business based on that. So my business is broken down into challenges, in actually 90-day challenges. It also has some mathematical correctness. So for 90-day challenges, for example, 2025 have 4 specific 90-day challenges. Challenge 2, starting January, with the cohort and the free challenge. Then we have challenge 3, which is the second quarter. Fourth quarter is challenge. Third quarter is challenge 4, and fourth quarter is challenge 5. And then the next year it goes and continues like that. And we have, that is actually the philosophy. And then we have 4 times of execution. Each challenge have 90 days execution. And in total, we have 360 days. And then we also have, each challenge have 6 recovery days. So we have actually in total 24 recovery days. And then we also have the last remaining of the 365 total holidays, which are, if we do the math correctly, we're finishing up 21st of December 2025, and we have enough time to end the year with our loved ones on Christmas and go into the next year with the next 4 challenges. So my 90-day challenge philosophy is, as I just mentioned, explained, the challenges, and that is the execution. And each challenge, as I mentioned before, has the 6 days of recovery in a 90-day challenge, and then the last 5 for Christmas. And then we also, or what I specifically do, I reset my caffeine tolerance with 7 caffeine-free days after each challenge. Because every 3 months, we should do 1 week of break of caffeine or caffeine to to break free the tolerance, and then for the next 3 months to need less caffeine and can build this up until the end of the 3 months. And in each challenge, as mentioned before, they have specific goals. It could be products, creating products, cohort, strategies, or lessons I've learned, and then put this one into the next goal for the next challenges. And for example, if one of the challenges is not fully completed, you reverse engineer to the next challenge. Like, hey, for example, let's say I did not reach my 5,000 of this goal until the end of the year, then the next challenge would be different, and also the strategy would be different. So then I would say, like, okay, let's make 5,000 every month. So I increase the goal because I have the knowledge from the last 3 months, and then I build it differently. But then I don't start content creation because I do it consistently already. No, I focus solely on bringing people into my cohort or selling my products. So it really does change a lot, and it's really individually. And the last one is actually the Notion template. And for implementation purposes, I built an entire Notion template. And this is solely focusing on achieving one's own goals in actually 90 days. And for that, I built this entire Notion template. And if someone is willing to join the 90-day free challenge, they can purchase this template, for example, for $25. If someone joins the paid cohort, sure, they get it entirely for free and everything, and also the tutorials. But if people are willing to do it by themselves without the guidance of the cohort, and they're also interested in the newsletter itself and executing it by themselves, and are not willing to pay the amount of money, which is totally fine, they can purchase the $25 euro template for Notion and know exactly what they need to execute to achieve their goal in 90 days. Organized, structured, individualized as a cohort, but for some people this might help already. And the template is actually quite simply built. I go over this here in Notion. So this is my entire Notion operating system. I have the 12-week plan here. I have a daily tracker, what I need to do every single day. I have a task system. Then I also have a content system, and yeah, it just goes pretty down. And once I know which content in a week needs to go out, I just put, for example, here the challenge number. Let's say 15. I will come up why it calls 15 and not 12. And also I just put in the 90-day business. And then I have it here and know, okay, which type of content I might upload this week. And yeah, currently I'm in week 15. Actually, if I just have a 12-week plan. The reason for that is until the end of the year, it is 4 months and not 3, because I started the challenge in September. So for me, it was no point to starting another challenge, because when I'm starting the challenge on the 1st of January 2025, it aligns better with a year. So I extended my 3-month challenge into 4 months. And so I'm still currently in month 3, but I call it week 13, 14, 15, and 16, just to have it aligned for next year. So if someone wondering why I'm currently in week 15. But yeah, otherwise the template is just 12 weeks. And the system is perfectly on 12 weeks. And next year it will be exactly 12 weeks. Yeah, that's it. That is my template. All the links are down in the description below. And I hope this strategy and everything together helps you to achieve your goals for next year. And yeah, if you want the Notion template, link is down below. It is $25 with tutorials and entirely free upgrades forever. So once you purchase it for 25 euros, you get it forever for free, the upgrades. And it also helps me to achieve my goal of the 5,000. So until the end of the year. Yeah, that's it. That's all the stuff what I was hoping for giving you as a feedback, and I hope you like this video. And yeah, leave any comments if something was not clear or what I can do better for the next video. Thanks and bye.